met a gypsy.
Is it profitable to run a race team in 2023, 2024?
I end up losing a little money every year on it, but we get so much marketing out of it, and I love it, and it keeps making it makes our product better. Yeah. Because when you're building product for
the best,
you just make better product. You go, hey, let's, it's weird because some of our product now, our high end stuff is not our most durable. It's like we're dressing the racers from the inside out,
Yeah.
Putting them in, putting knee guards on them and taping their bodies all together, and chest guards are all underneath. And then you put a lycra coating over them,
Yeah.
And they put lingerie over them.
Yeah. I mean, I think we had that conversation in France. It was just like the gears almost like tear offs at that top level, like it's got to be so functional and so athletic now.
Yep.
That, it's just a completely
different. The gloves too, everything. They just don't want any protection or anything, just so they can move the fingers super fast, Yeah.
So there's like an acceptable cost that a race team can like incur on the business, because like obviously in business, if you lose money, it goes against the tax that you have to pay. So there's like, it becomes a write-off in a sense, but it's valuable on a marketing level and also an R&D level. So it actually doesn't need to be extremely profitable.
Yeah, but I know like Penske and Chip Ganassi, those guys make money racing, you know, and we really don't. I mean, I try to make sure it breaks even. That's always my goal, to break even. But I work, every week I'm working on it. Me and Max are working on it, which is great too. It's good. We're calling sponsors, who's coming in, who do we, how do we take care of hospitality, get tickets at the back gate. And, you always got to be, I just sent out, me and my daughter just sent out some sponsorship letters yesterday to some new people here, everybody in the team has been using Snap-on tools. We've gone through a couple different tool companies, but they're like, these guys are like surgeons. They only want to use Snap-on. So we sent a letter to Snap-on, said, let's see if we can bring these guys on board to be a great sponsor. Yeah. They build beautiful tools. Yeah.
And so you're personally writing those letters and...
Yeah. Me and my daughter Carly and Max are and Tyler too. He used to run the team, but I brought him and he's in charge of marketing now. So he's doing a really good job. Yeah. My brother-in-law, Bill Keefe, works for me still, and he handles all, he kind of oversees a whole bunch of stuff, all logistics and warehousing and all the stuff that I don't have good answers for,
Yeah, that's cool though, that you guys have kept it in the family in the way that you have.
Yeah, it's been, a lot of people say it's hard to work with family, but gosh, I think there's definitely sometimes it's hard, but I mean, I always trust my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any secrets to working with family?
I got a good family to start with, so that makes it easier.
Yeah. Have your family not be dickheads.
Yeah. No, I mean, sometimes you got to say, okay, you win this one, I win this one. Because it's like, I just saw that with Max. He just told me, that Barsha's been having some trouble with his bike. And one of the races, Barsha crashed twice. And I just heard it from Max. And I didn't really get to talk to Barsha on it. But, and Max is saying, no, it's Barsha. And Barsha's saying, no, it's the bike. And then he says, well, we've agreed that we disagree. Yeah. We've agreed that we both, disagree. And I'm like, whoa, okay. So, you got to kind of, I think it's kind of like a marriage, you kind of go, okay, you win this one, honey, next one's on me, so. Yeah. Because you're never always going to agree, Yeah. But I think the good thing is, Bill grew up racing, my brother-in-law Bill we raced together both for Mitch. So yeah, we're kind of the same mindset there. And then his kid, Tyler, raced and he ran the team. And now we put Max in there so he can grow a little bit. And Tyler's overseeing marketing at the company. Yeah. And we just hired John Eric, which gave me my first factory ride with KTM. Yeah. So pretty cool to turn, I looked up to him going, wow.
He's a great dude.
Yeah. So he's my new CEO. Yeah. He's in France right now working with our French partners. And he's been awesome. Yeah. I think he's really turned the company around here because he's just he's an avid mountain bike and motorcycle racer. And that's what it takes. You know, you need someone that really eats and breathes it, you know?
Yeah. John Eric's a brilliant guy.
Yeah, he's
like,
awesome.
I mean, a lot of mega accomplished guy, but just as on a human level, you know, like he's just a very, very good dude. We got to speak at the team launch actually, and I knew him from my early days filming with the KTM. Like I did a bunch of filming around
awesome.
KTM, so I knew him from when I was like a 21-year-old kid, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just a really great, like a mentor kind of guy, you know, like at any point you can have a conversation with him that will really inspire you and and I think, you know, for a CEO of a company, like that's kind of the guy that you need. You know?
I'm feeling super lucky right now here, man. It's made my life a little, you know, easier because it's hard for me to turn off sometimes, but when you have somebody that good in there, I'm like, it's easier for me to turn off, you know, going, you know what, he's going to make better decisions than me in there. So it's awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, he's been the CEO of like, he was KTM North America and like he was him and his team, obviously like Christy as well. And like the people that he had around him, like just, they made some amazing decisions. Yeah. They built that brand to be an amazing brand over, what was he there, 10 years maybe?
Yeah. I'm not sure how long, but it's so funny how things come around though. But I thought of a hell of a lot of them on when he was working over there at KTM and Husky, and to have him back working for me now is dream come true, you know? Yeah. So.
Yeah. And he's also quite passionate in, like the other areas that you guys are in too. Yeah. Which I think is huge. Is it hard to like balance the like spread of, you guys are so successful in mountain biking, so successful in moto. Like, is it hard to manage like being essentially like a top tier brand in two different lanes? Or do you think that there's actually quite a lot of cross pollination to where it isn't that big of a deal?
Probably both. I mean, it's both of them, you know, a lot of the gear is really close to the same. Some of the helmet technologies are the same. So we use a lot of the same stuff because they're traveling the same speeds. And then it's really weird, but both moto athletes and mountain bike athletes really, you know, aspire. Oh God, the mountain bike guys want to be motocross guys, and the Indy Car guys want to be these. You know, I wish I could ride a motorcycle like that. So all that really connects. You know, so a lot of the same. I feel like sometimes I'm designing stuff, and I'm like, I'm not sure if this is going to go towards IndyCar or go towards motocross, and I think they can all live in each one. Sometimes just even some of our gear that we're doing and clothing. Same designs, but we just go, you know what, this is for mountain bike. Let's just, instead of this being fluorescent yellow, this goes to mustard and goes to a tan, or, you know, so all we do is flip some colors a little bit, and it's a perfect fit for Seminuk for Rampage, you know? And those same guys follow Supercross so much. So they're like, oh, I mean, they'll call me and go, is it okay to wear a moto at this race? That gear is so sick. I mean, it used to happen with Sam Hill all the time. We'd launch a new polka dot outfit in mountain bike and moto on the same weekend, you know? So it's fun when you do it like that. Man,
he's just another freak of freaks, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, he's a good friend of mine. Yeah. Like one of the nicest, coolest people, but like what a freak athlete that guy is. Like the run that he went on in mountain biking, like another guy that just changed the sport. Yeah.
And then to go into and do enduros and just kill it in that too, you know? Amazing.
Yeah. You've worked with some of the best.
For sure.
Like it's the roster of people. Like, I don't know if you've ever written out a list, but like, Jesus, that would be a list.
Yeah. Some good people for sure. Yeah. And I think working with all those people, I mean, I think I try to learn something from everybody, you know, and I think I've learned something, and I try to work with them too. You know, I kind of say, you know, we feed off when you work with somebody like Jeremy McGrath or Sean Palmer. There's definitely things that I've learned from both of those characters, or Jeff Ward, or, you know, Scott Dixon, or, you know, I mean, those guys have gone through, sometimes those guys have gone through hell and back, you know? Yeah. And there's been times where they've had to make some big choices, you know, bigger than some of the choices that I have to make, you know? And it's just good to listen to how they keep moving forward, you know? Like me and Jeremy McGrath talk about raising kids right now, you know? Yeah. He's like, how do we, you know, we've both been successful, and how will we teach our kids to be good people and to make the right decisions, and to work their butt off, you know? I mean, I worked with my wife this morning. We're talking about going, how do we don't just hand everything to our kids and make sure that they're quality kids and they're going to raise quality kids, you know?
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.